Okay, so I made a quick save real quick, so I can go ahead and set up the build. There's two different variants, of course, of the build. I'm going to record two different parts, along with, of course, two different kinds of this build. The Primal Anarchist and the Protagant Anarchist, I believe I referred to it as. So let's go ahead and get right on this. We're going to add a bunch of XP. How do I do that again? I sometimes forget these codes, but it's not like it's gonna matter right now. This part's probably gonna be edited out. Right. Let's see how far this gets us. All the way to level 50, it seems. Okay, so we are at level 2. As I mentioned, or as I will have mentioned in the video, explosives is, one of the main skills, so is science and speech. I would have explained further in there, so let's go ahead and get on with uploading. I'm updating all these characters. I'm just going to first get his minor skills up to 50, and then put the last of the points into explosives. And, well, Heave Toe is good for explosives if you're going to be using grenades a lot more. But I'm focusing more on the higher explosive skills. So actually, I'm going to go for intense training because I started out with 1 luck, and I want to just try to raise that up a tad bit more. So, just going to keep adding boost to speech for a bit. Because this guy's supposed to be like one of those guys that can chat your ear off, then of course get the comprehension perk because he is rather intelligent. Just gonna keep filling up speech until it's full. And let's go ahead and catch up on our explosives a bit. We're level 6, okay. Should be looking... Okay, there's a few perks you can get. You can get toughness, because it'll increase your, hardiness and everything. Ferocious loyalty is also a very good perk when you start getting companions. Bloody mess might also be one that you can choose, but that's more of a minor perk. We need to focus on... Oh. What perk did I choose last time? Because I thought I clicked on Educated. Alright, well, Educated is one you need. Level up. Before we level up, what did I click on? Oh yeah, Comprehension. Oh well, that's good. That's a good perk. That is a good perk, okay. So that's alright. Okay, so level 7. Alright, so now we've caught up on that, and I think I'm also going to fill in the guns because this is the Primal version, which means that guns is more of a focus than energy weapons, which is the Prodigen version. Now let's increase our science. Alright, we're at level 8. So let's look around. Gunslinger, lead belly, toughness commando, quick draw, sneering imperialist, drawn back, and terrifying presence. Terrifying presence is a good one. The Anarchist is meant to instill fear into the government officials and whatnot, those that try to lead, because he wants the people to lead, even though there's no real definition of the people. So now I got science up to 100. Vigilant recycler. Alright, that's a good perk, but that's mainly for the Prodigen one, so we're going to leave that alone. Now here's the perk that's required, Fight the Power. And this is going to be on both of the builds. +2 damage threshold, +5 critical chance against anyone wearing the faction armor of NCR, Legion, or Brotherhood. While he doesn't have, well, at least my version of the character, does not have a problem with the Brotherhood, per se, he should be able to fight against them if he has to. Alright, but everyone else he has a problem with. I'm going to go ahead and put some points into guns, make that a bit better. Well, let's just keep focusing on explosives for a bit. See, we got that to 75. In shining armor, beams reflect off the mirror like finisher your gleaming armor. You get an additional +5 damage threshold against energy weapons while wearing any metal armor, +2 while wearing reflective eyewear. Okay, that's a weird perk. I might consider that though for one of the for the Prodigen build. Not for this build though. Okay, so rapid reload. Snare appearance. Never get here and now. It's a useless perk. It just lets you level up again, but you can easily just save that for something else. I used to do that a lot in Fallout 3. It's useless. Don't use it. Alright, Hit the Deck is a good one. Life Giver. Pyromaniac is definitely a good one, especially if you use incendiary grenades. But that's all your choice. Robotics Expert is also a very good one. We'll go for Hit the Deck, and then we'll go for splash damage next time, and then we'll see how it goes from there. So let's go ahead and just finish up explosives, and then we'll focus on guns and repair and possibly medicine. Alright, but he has to have some way of fighting, and these are pretty much gun builds. Most of my builds are gun builds. I don't like using melee weapons too much. Okay. Just keep focusing on guns. Pardon? Oh, if you decide to go for a more shotgun-oriented thing, the Shotgun Surgeon is a good perk, along with and Stay Back. Adamantium Skeleton is a very good choice. Action Boy, Tag, Weapon Handling. I don't normally like using Tag a lot, but it can be useful, I guess, if you want to boost up a particular skill. But I want to see what perks I can stuff in first. Let's go for Adamantium Skeleton. Alright, we're close to finishing up guns, and then we'll focus on repair. Right, okay. Oh, no, whoops, not melee weapons. He's not a melee-oriented character. Although you can use melee weapons, if you so choose. So. Alright, let's see. For this build, for this version of the build, Grunt would definitely work. Whoops. Accidentally pressed a button. I'm gonna keep looking through here though, just in case there's a particularly interesting perk. I don't really see the point of using Computer Whiz. If you are close to failing, it is rather easy to just exit out and try again, so you don't need to focus on that. Let's get Finesse, because his luck is low, and sorry, I was scratching my arm, but his luck is low, and you could use the Finesse in order to help you out. Okay, repairs at 68, that's good. Let's keep looking. Mad Bomber. Okay, this is definitely a good one. So let's go ahead and get that. Get Mad Bomber when you have 45 explosives and 45 repair. You can try to balance these out a bit more. This is just, you know, to show you how to do the build. So... but, you know, all these builds can easily be adjusted to your sense of playstyle, if you so choose. Actually, I'm going to put a point in the Sneak, because Sneak's a very good factor, especially with this character. Even if you're not going to use silenced weapons, which is a very good choice for this guy, at least this version, you know, not using energy weapons, that's the other build. You can easily use Sneak, and that's a really good perk. Okay, command. Alright, Grunt, we're going to save for later because that is a good perk we can choose. See now, this perk is a bit contradicting. I've heard some bad things about it, some good things about it, so I'm not sure about Mathraft. Some people say it's a good perk, some people say it's a bad perk. We can get jury rigging. This character, since he's got a good repair, would be good with jury rigging. Let's keep focusing on Sneak for a little bit. But see, by level 24, he's already got his primary and what I consider to be the major secondary skills filled up, which is guns and repair. Of course, there are many different minor skills you can so choose that would be beneficial to this character. So, let's go ahead and go through. Fast metabolism would be a good one. Life Giver, of course, I mentioned. Pyromaniac and Robotics Expert would be good. Silent Running is good. Purifier, Action Boy Tag, Weapon Handling, Computer Whiz, Atomic. Right, Atomic. Atomic perk, you're 25% faster and stronger whenever you're basking in the warm glow of radiation. Explorer. I'm not going to get that perk. You can do that if you want. It's a good minor perk. Grim Reaper Sprint is always a good one. If you get Companion, Spray and Pray is a good one. Vicarious Reader. I think that's a perk that was added into the one thing. This one perk, Vicarious Reader. I think that was added into the Old World Blues update, DLC thingamajig. I think I'm gonna get Nuka Chemist. I might save Grim Reaper Sprint for later, since I always like getting that perk, especially when I do VATS-oriented builds. And sorry if I'm rubbing my nose a lot, this tends to happen quite a bit sometimes with me. Especially like in the summer and everything. The Professional is a really good perk. I'm going to look through the rest of them though, just in case. Nerves of Steel is also a good one. I think I'm going to go with the Professional for this one because it's a really good thing. If you get yourself like the Silence 45 or Silence 10mm, Silence 9mm, any silence weapon, and you use this perk, it's a really good choice. So, Because you can use whatever weapon you so wish with the Anarchist build, but there's just two different ways you can set it up, and then use those kinds of weapons. So let's go ahead and finish up Sneak, and then I'm going to focus on Medicine. Alright, we're almost level 28. Okay, Light Touch. I'm actually reading that again. This is a very good perk because the character is not meant to wear heavy armor, like, you know, power armor and whatnot. So Light Touch is a good one. I'm going to look through the rest of the perks though just to see if there's one that's actually good at the moment. Toughness, Vigilant, Recycle. Okay, yeah. Grunt, like I said, it's a good perk. Strong Back if you want to, you know, carry stuff a lot more. Especially if you use a large arsenal of weaponry. You can use whatever weapons you so choose. Which is kind of like what I always do. So... Alright, you know what? I will go ahead and get Light Touch. Because you have to have like a high agility for that and everything. Alright, but this character has to wear light armor or clothing. Automatically your choice. With the Primal Anarchist, I actually prefer to wear clothing. With the other one, the Prodigal Anarchist, I prefer to wear light armor. Is how I've set it up. Okay, so let's go ahead and see. No, we do not have that one thing. That would be cool if we did, though. The one Implant GRX perk. That's actually a pretty good perk. I've used it before. Chem resistant. Mr. Sandman's good if you want to do some sneak attacks, but I'll save that for later. I want to... Sneering Imperialist, actually, I'll choose that one. That's also a very good perk because he doesn't want savagery, but he believes in unity through anarchy, which is actually rather contradictory when you think about it. Alright, so I think what I'm going to focus on next is Barter. Or, no, actually Lockpick. But Barter you can use to get the Mysterious Magnum if you so choose. You need to at least get your Barter up to 60 beforehand. Alright, so... An enemy allows you to see a health and damage threshold of any target. It also gives you a 5% bonus to damage against humans and non-feral ghouls. I like picking up that perk, but I'm going to see what else we have. Pardon? Sorry, I ate before doing this like an hour ago, so... Could go for Nerd Rage actually, yeah, I forget. Does it actually, like, literally boost your strength to 10? No, it doesn't. Just when, when your health drops to 20%, it boosts your strength to 10. I always get that mixed up, but Nerd Rage is a good minor perk that you can choose, so... If you want it, so be it. But, you know, focus on stuff that actually seems more important. So I'm going to go ahead and get Grunt this time. Because I keep saying it's a good perk. Because you're not using, like, lever action weapons or anything. You're just using guns. Like, regular guns. More modernized guns. Guns that are a bit more, you know, like, guns that seem to fit more here in the modern times than like, you know, not lever action weapons, pretty much. Broad daylight. No, don't need that. I think I'm gonna tag barter, just to go ahead and give that a boost. Alright, let's get some of those other perks I keep talking about that you could get, but I haven't. Huh. See, long haul's a good perk, especially if you try to be like, I don't know, a hoarder. But I'm gonna go with Life Giver for this time. Let's finish up barter. Next round. I'm not going to focus on energy weapons, unarmed, or melee weapons, I don't think, in this version of the build, only because energy weapons is to be focused on in the second version of the build instead of guns. So, that's why you can choose whatever you wish. Thought I already chose Living Anatomy. Alright, well, it's good to know that I didn't. Certified Tech, your knowledge of robotic components allows you to break them more easily and salvage their mechanical corpses. You have a 25% chance to score critical hits against robots, and you'll also find more useful components on robots you destroy. That actually sounds useful, especially if you decide to go fight against those Securitrons. Those bastards. But let's also go ahead and just give survival a boost. And now it's giving us some more bonuses that we could try and choose, sure. But I'm looking around. Travel light. No. That's a good perk, but not something I don't think we'll need. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go with Mr. Sandman because the way I see it, the Anarchist would use any tactic he thinks necessary. So if that means assassinating real-life politicians and whatnot in their sleep, he will do it. Okay. That's good and all, but okay, I think I'm just gonna get Strong back because I do have plans for this character to carry a ton of weaponry, including, of course, explosives. So, now we're at an impasse. I've pretty much filled up everything except for the 3 skills that are completely unnecessary. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on melee weapons, because you can choose a melee weapon. In fact, a weapon I would recommend as like a quick little thing to carry is a police baton. And that's only because he fights against the police a lot. So it kind of makes sense to me for you to carry a police baton. Now I'm actually kind of at an impasse. I don't exactly know what perks I should be choosing at the moment. Because there are quite a few that I can see to be useful, but I just don't know. Let's get Nerves of Steel this time. They'll let your AP points regenerate faster. We'll continue focusing on melee weapons. We might actually be able to fill up melee weapons by the end. I am not sure. Let's go ahead and get Grim Reaper Sprint, because I did get that other thing that allows AP points to regenerate faster, so combining it with that actually sounds like a useful strategy. And I'll just go ahead and dump the last 9 skill points into Unarmed, even though I'm not going to use it. So now we have one more perk to choose. Ooh, we could go with Ninja. Grants you the power of the Fabled Shadow Warrior. When attacking with either melee or unarmed, you get a 15% critical chance on every strike. Sneak attack criticals do 25% more damage than normal. That's what I did on my other thing. Just Luck Game Alive. Had lots of close calls whenever you finish a fight with less than 25% health. Your luck increases by +4 for 3 minutes. You're also immune to critical hits, and your own critical hits inflict 50% damage. Requires neutral karma. Ugh, that doesn't exactly sound like a good thing. At least not to me. What do you need? Oh, luck 6 for junk rounds. Oh, I did not know that. Well, okay, this character's probably going to pick up a lot of ammunition off of his enemies, anyways. Okay, what should I choose as this final perk here? Even though I didn't mean to choose Comprehension, I meant to choose another perk. So... Gain an additional 15 action points. Learn anatomy. You know what? Silent running sounds like a good way to end this. So, that's the first version of the build. I'm going to go ahead, stop recording, save this, reload the quick save I made, and then do the second version of the build. So, see you in a minute.